What's up, everybody? Got 3 races for you today. We're going to be in the Corvette for all of them. Starting at Watkins Glen's International Short. Qualified 5th place. And let's get straight to it. Let's get to the carnage. I'm sure you all came to see it in turn 1. Blue Corvette on the far left side is me here coming in. And actually pretty clean. I say that. The white Porsche rams the Corvette there, but pretty clean. The Aston Martin very close to my tail. But we get by. Absolutely no problem. Coming up to the sweeping flat out S's mad elevation changes here. A lot of fun. And didn't really have anywhere to go. Sent it around the outside and kind of just have a nice little wall grind there for a moment. Carry the speed around okay though. And carry on into 7th place. The white Ferrari on the inside is just going to give his brakes a little dab and then veer to the left a bit. Kind of worried me. Into 6th place. And we're going to come around the chicane. The Aston Martin going for a move there a little bit. Testing the waters. Really not the place to be doing it. I don't think you're going to go for a pass there unless you're already alongside the person entering the corner. Breaking away from here, flat out, very nicely, keeping up with the crowd, no problem. Lots of options for slipstreaming. And 6th place, pretty happy. Going to come up to this but sweeping left-hander. And this guy's just going to come in, turn in too early, just to get his nose alongside me, and then drive wide and absolutely spin me around. Filthy stuff in the Aston Martin, not pleased with it whatsoever. Down to 10th place. Gonna get moving, essentially, not waste any time. Up into 9th, thankfully, from someone pitting, deciding it's better to waste 30 seconds in the pit than to hobble along with the wounds they were inflicted on turn 1. And, yeah. Thankfully, that puts us up into 9th. We're not gone yet. Green Ford GTE out in front. I don't think he knows you can floor it around here, or at least his car's not set up for it. Really focusing on aero with the setup of my car, and keeping up with this guy right up until the beginning here of the 3rd lap. This is where I start gaining some positions back. Somebody had an interference with, or rather, interaction with someone next to me in the pits, and goodbye, see you later. Get a hell of a run on the Green Ford GT. He's going to drive himself wide just for fear of me hitting him. Showing lots of space, bud. I know you have plenty of reason to believe you're going to get rammed, but not today. Not by me. Coming up to the big chicane here, and skipping ahead here to the end of the lap, and we're going to get another position thanks to the pits in the 6th place. And big braking point coming up to the 1st corner. We're right back on the tail of the crowd. This is where it all kicks off, the 4th lap. This is where it goes down. So we're flat out here, and you can just see who isn't keeping it flat out here, because I'm catching up tremendously. It's really paying off. The setup I've got on this. It's not the fastest, but it's the easiest to drive around these elevation changes. It's always so planted. It's coming up to the big chicane here. You can see on the mini-map someone had a spin. 2nd place has had a spin. And these two Muppets make the exact same mistake. The Aston Martin goes in too quick and brakes under steering to the left, losing the back end to the right. And I believe because he spun, whatever, the Corvette behind him had to brake mid-corner, causing his back end to come out. Exact same thing. That was pretty hilarious. A little bit of karma there. Skipping ahead to the end of the race. Coming in 3rd, sealing the deal. You want carnage, I'll try and bring it. Totally failing though, missing both targets. Get quite a bit of air off that ramp. Yeah, just check this out. Woo! Right over top. Gotta love this game. So let's go back and take a look at how our friend's doing. The Aston Martin. Here he is battling for 5th place in 6th. And he decides to try the exact same move that he did to me on this white Ferrari, and ends up just spinning them both right around. Then backs up like a Muppet and breaks his own wing. I'm sorry, I forgot that meme is dead. Absolute just carnage though. Blows himself to pieces. I've never seen a car get wrecked so bad. And by the time he can figure out what gear he's in and get himself going again, sorry bud, the race is over. That's it. Did not finish for you, boy. That's what you get. I think he was faster too. He was even faster than me. So it's funny. It's just what trying to avoid contact will do. So like a proper YouTuber, I totally forgot to record these two. It was a bug in the Windows side, to be honest, but didn't record these next 2 races. So this is going to be replay footage. You don't get a mirror, you don't get speedometer, tack or anything like that. So it's going to be up to me showing you replay footage. How's that for carnage? Turn 1, a couple people just deciding to have a battle into the wall on the right side, hitting the grass and then sliding into the field, destroying half the pack. putting me up into third place. Pretty happy about that. Coming around this tight corner here, one of my favorite sections. If you hit it just right, you can really clown some people. Just once you figure it out, it's easy. Speaking of clowning people, I'm flashing my lights at these guys. I know my braking points, the 150 board, and I just miss it completely. I'm too busy trying to get in other people's heads. And look what happened, down to 5th place. Yes? 4th or 5th? 4th place. Yeah. So 4th place. Still a bit of a gap to the people behind me, so no big deal. Catching up to this green Corvette here, he runs a little bit wide coming into the tight section. He has to run really wide on the exit to make up for it. And what I say, man, you can really clown people if you know what you're doing there. There's really only one line. Even though you could be inside, you could be out, there's really only one effective line. Coming around here, we just seal the deal. Take off a little bit. End of the next lap, he is going to be going for a move into the first corner. I can hear him. He followed me all the way around. So I'm going to go full defensive. There he is. And I brake even super early, earlier than you should, just to make sure I don't break loose here. It's so important. He's got to go such a wide way around that he's likely to break loose. So just by keeping it planted, I managed to figure that out. Skipping ahead to the end of the lap, you can see I put down a little bit of a gap there, over half a second between Wave Punk and myself, which is good stuff. We are moving out. Hopefully we can regain a position. Oh, we're in 3rd. Here you can see Fire Within, the winner of the last race, is taken over Wave Punk's position. This is at the end of the lap, and it's about a second and a half. So by now they've already caught up. Very quick driver, and I try to go defensive, run a little wide here. As car settles down, I go offensive. Honestly, I go all the way to the right, and this guy says nope, none of it, and bumps me off. That was clearly intentional. You know it's intentional when they, like, after the contact, like, did they bump you and you slid off, but they're comfortably in the middle of the road and there's enough room for 2 drivers? Well, then that was probably your fault. You braked too early. But did they bump you and they barely managed to stay on the track themselves? Well, that's definitely them. Their error, I should say. So down into 5th place. Kind of a disappointment at that race. One more. We're going to go to Laguna Seca, qualifying 2nd. Off the line, we lose 2 positions right away. Triple Porsche up front. Porsche Power leading the way, looking for the 1-2-3 finish. Just dominating the podium, and the Ferrari sending it up the inside there. There is contact, doesn't really spin us. I try to go for a move up the inside there, doesn't really pan out. We're going to be patient here, see what happens. He's going very defensive around this corner. We're still going to get a cutback. He thinks about blocking it, then lets me in, still defends it, and then backs out of it. He thinks twice. He knows what he just did to me, and I kind of blink him to thank him. Hopefully he got that. Porsche is still leading the way, tearing up the road. Black Ford GT following me through all this traffic as we rip by the orange Corvette. Sweet little cutback he pulls off on it. Porsche's still pulling. He's thinking about a move up on my inside, but doesn't end up doing it. Porsche number 1 spinning out here is going to give up the position right before the corkscrew, which is fantastic. A little bit of traffic between me and that Ford GT could only help. Coming around here, a little bit on the inside, but not bad overall. Not losing control one bit. You can see that Porsche is doing wonders blocking for me. Coming around this corner, this Porsche is just slow as heck. He doesn't know where he is. And we're going to hold it around the inside quite beautifully. He's going to get out in front, but we're just going to break up nicely and get a sweet little cutback on him. Leaving plenty of road here. I'm straight by the time the contact happens. I mean, I think he just turned in too soon. His contact wrote himself off a little bit. And we pull away into 1st place. All right. Not bad. It's not done yet, though, so these Porsches are still on my tail, going defensive into the 1st corner. And they are going to battle me right around the outside. A little bit of contact between the Black Ford and the other Porsche. And he's going to move through into 3rd, while I managed to defend 1st place. Good stuff. Coming around here, no problem. Skip ahead to the corkscrew. We handle that a-okay. And same with the sweeping right, or left-hander here, sorry. What grade am I in again? And here we just go a bit too wide, dip 2 wheels on the grass, causing us to spin. We save it, kind of, but it's just going to give up the position to the Black Ford GT. He somehow managed to clear the Porsches, and immediately we're going to go back for a move. Just kidding. Never really panned out. Never really was going to. I just tried to bluff him into it, make him make a mistake. But no mistake was made. So beginning the 3rd lap, not even half done, and we are in 2nd place here. Let's see what we can do. Skipping ahead another lap, exactly where we were the last lap. So no changes whatsoever. Coming up to the 1st corner here. I really like these tight hairpins, man. I'm telling you what, not many people know you should stick wide at the last second. There's a bit of a double apex too. We got a good run out of here. He kind of runs wide, and look at that, like a glove. He just saw that gap coming, and it just panned out like I imagined, which it never does. And I slot right in and take the position of first place right back. Give it here, son. Off we go. And also, we might as well just be happy we've got 2 Americans on the podium right now. Come on. We've destroyed the Porsche's podium monopoly, and it is now USA. Lap 5 out of 6. You can see we're putting down quite a bit of a gap here. 2-second gap. It's looking like we're just gapping them. And here we are at the final lap, crossing the finish line for first place. Oh yeah, with a 10-second gap to another person. So there must have been an incident, the Ford GTE losing out. But America, #1, baby. Just gonna leave you guys with our Aston Martin friends incident. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and stay safe out there. Have a great day. Bye bye.